It started one Thanksgiving with a simple food distribution in the barrio of a border town. It has grown into a program where thousands of American volunteers can reclaim a sense of purpose in their own lives and help those in a place where hope is in short supply. It is an exchange between countries, between families, between people, and we all benefit.
Purpose gives us energy. Purpose gives us power.
We are the Rancho Feliz Charitable Foundation. Whether it's our fundraisers or our philosophy, we do things a bit differently. As a registered charity based in Scottsdale, Arizona, we focus on creating solutions to the dire poverty so prevalent along our common border with Mexico. We are an all-volunteer, multinational organization, and we call ourselves Guardian Warriors.
Somewhere, we've got to step in and say, hey, people have the right to live with dignity, and we're going to help you do that.
At Rancho Feliz, we don't practice welfare. What we offer is a chance to succeed. We empower people to create their own destiny. In return, they permit us to be in service to a greater good. Giving and receiving are part of the same circle. This interconnection is key to our success. We call it reciprocal giving.
What we're doing here is participating in something that's growing each and every one of us.
A place to live, a place to eat, a place to learn. The people of Agua Prieta, Mexico often go without these basic human needs. So our primary focus over the past 20 years has been to build places where people can live and learn with dignity. The centerpiece of our efforts is Vecinos Dignos Sin Fronteras, worthy neighbors without borders. The Vecinos neighborhood stretches across 3.5 acres. It includes 42 homes, a world-class child care facility, and a community learning center. The neighborhood has 4 interior parks, so children can play and neighbors, well, can be neighbors.
They cannot get beyond their poverty without the basic infrastructure, so that's what we built at Vecinos. We started with the sewer line, the water services, all the utilities, and the houses, and once they get their basic needs met, then we can move forward with education and furthering people's careers.
To live here, each homeowner gives back by making affordable house payments, performing service work, and keeping their children in school.
Our life before had a different outlook. Our future was not as promising as it is today. The family that is united, the family that is strong, the family that is together will accomplish more things. And that is a unique treasure.
The 10,000 square foot Guardian Warrior Child Care Facility supports up to 165 children and has been rated among the very best in all of Mexico. Mothers and fathers can go to work knowing their children are safe, well cared for, and that they're receiving the latest in early childhood education. We utilize a state-of-the-art infant brain development program, which enhances a child's capacity for thinking, language, vision, and other aptitudes to support a lifetime of learning.
If you give them the proper toys, if you stimulate their brain, then they learn how to learn much easier. Their brain gets wired to it.
Thousands and thousands of children will attend this child care center. And the kids from Vecinos aren't going to have to struggle like their parents have. This means that generations to come will have a more promising future.
We are very proud that the Guardian Warrior Child Care Facility is a self-sustaining business and requires no ongoing funding from Rancho Feliz. Our Ride the Res Extreme Sport fundraiser, a grueling 350-mile mountain bike trek across the Navajo Nation, along with key foundation donations, raised the capital needed to complete the final building in the Vecinos neighborhood, the 5,000 square foot Rancho Feliz Learning Center. The Learning Center is a self-financing business where people of all ages can now take affordable classes in English, nutrition, and family planning. They can learn skills to build a home-based business or take fitness classes in yoga, dance, and karate. The cornerstone of the Learning Center is the fully accredited Adult Education Computer Program, funded and staffed by the federal government of Mexico. Those who may never have been able to finish school can now become computer certified. It boosts their self-confidence along with their earning power.
At Vecinos, have taken baking lessons. I learned how to bake cakes. I learned how to cut hair. I'm working very hard to complete high school. It's an especially great step that I now know how to use a computer.
You see some of them, so excited, like, I got my elementary school degree, and they're proud of it. And that's the best motivation for their children. Because when they come home, instead of saying, do your homework, if they see the father studying and doing his homework, that's better than any motivation, any advice you can give them.
Today, children without computer skills are considered practically illiterate, virtually imprisoned by a lack of access to the world. The ability to speak English and use a computer are major economic advantages.
And it always hits home to us that the best place, the biggest bang for our charitable buck, the best place we can invest our volunteerism is in education.
The Rancho Feliz Scholarship Program supports up to 60 students who attend Colegio Americano Anaís, a private primary school in Agua Prieta. This exceptional school conducts classes in Spanish and English and has course studies in computer literacy and the arts.
I like to dance in school. I have music classes, art classes also. I love them. My favorite subject is math. In my future, I would like to be like a scientist, a math scientist.
This is an enormous privilege. It's a blessing that has fallen from the sky, and it's wonderful for their future.
Over the last 2 decades, Rancho Feliz has built homes, shelters, volunteer dormitories, computer learning centers, and child care facilities. Our hard infrastructure programs have reached the milestone of being financially self-sustaining. The greatest impact for donations now lies in education and our scholarship sponsorship program.
The best leverage that we can get out of all of this investment that we made in the past in bricks and mortar is to leverage them through our educational programs, and that's our focus today.
At Rancho Feliz, we believe education is how you change the world. We have recently established the Rancho Feliz Educational Endowment so we can make good on our promises long after we're gone.
If you've got intelligence and knowledge, you can survive and you can break out of a cycle of hopelessness.
This is the mojo that we've got going on the last day of our Ride the Res.
Sponsoring a child's scholarship can be the beginning of a rewarding relationship. Phil Williams and his wife Luann have supported Suecia's education since she was 9 years old.
I asked her what she wanted to be, and she wanted to be a hairdresser at the time. Obviously, she may change her mind, but now she wanted to be a veterinarian. From wanting to be a hairdresser to a veterinarian is a giant leap.
Yes, I wanted to be a veterinarian. Now I'm more inclined towards criminology.
If I gave Suecia $10,000 a year, that's going to do nothing for her. If I gave her an education, what my hopes are is that she gets educated and ends up giving right back to her community.
One of Rancho Feliz's most important commitments is to provide hands-on volunteer opportunities.
A lot of people think that we don't really do much in the U.S., but it's a Mexican charity. It's not. The impact it has on our kids that we bring down there is tremendous.
We built the Return to Reality Exchange dormitory so young adults, church groups, and families could stay in a secure environment and benefit from discovering that not far from their own homes, people like themselves live in the most desperate conditions.
When you actually start seeing it, it's a whole new, different perception.
It's called the Exchange Program because there's always an exchange in our service work. Countless times we've seen givers become receivers and receivers become givers. To date, over 11,000 Rancho Feliz volunteers have traveled to Mexico and fed their souls by serving others.
While we were roofing, it started to rain, and it literally felt kind of like someone was spraying a hose on my back, but you know, I just kept going, and I realized that this is going to be there for them tonight, so if it does rain tonight or tomorrow, they're going to have a warm place to stay. Most of all, I feel like, you know, I really helped someone out today. I took that extra effort to put whatever was going on in my life aside and just really be there for somebody else.
Whether it's a food distribution so the poorest families can make it through the winter, or working in the barrios to put a roof over a family's head, our volunteers fulfill a basic human need to be useful to others, to have a purpose.
There's not a group that's gone down there that doesn't want to go back because they feel that human connection. They didn't win a video game. They made a human connection and they made a difference in a human being's life.
So for me, it just opens my perspective up to a whole other world, and I'm so appreciative of the things that I have now because of it.
As guardian warriors, we fight for the future of people who share our border, our world, and our humanity. By helping others, we nourish our own souls. It's an even exchange, one that enhances the lives of everyone involved.
When you do good things for people, when you're in that service mode, good things happen to you.
Make a difference. Join us. Whether you volunteer to build homes, sponsor a child scholarship, or jump into an extreme sport fundraiser, by simply being in service to others, you will embody the spirit of a guardian warrior.